Welcome back to Point Blank. I'm Heather, and today, well, I just have to tell you, have you ever went into a store for one thing and come out with more things than you planned on? Well, that's what happened to me when I went into our local gun shop. I went in there for a box of ammo, and I came out with this folding pistol caliber carbine, the Smith & Wesson FCP. Since I picked this one up, the Smith & Wesson, then, I have to bring the KelTec Sub2000 out because, I just love shooting this one. Okay, with the KelTec, it's easier to fold. You just pull down the trigger guard and it folds straight up instead of the Smith & Wesson folded to the side. So therefore, it's a little bit slimmer. And then to open it up, you have your latch up towards the front and it just, again, folds up. This one takes the handy dandy Glock magazines. So I have a 17 round mag and I have the 33 round mag for the KelTec.
The Smith & Wesson, it obviously doesn't take Glock magazines, it takes
the Smith & Wesson magazines.
The Smith & Wesson magazine. They're not gonna make one that take a Glock magazine.
So this,
but they should.
So this here is to release your magazines for the Smith & Wesson, and push the button down and it will release the opposite side. So you can load up your magazines, have them on the gun itself. That just adds maybe a little bit more weight to them. Without the magazines, the Smith & Wesson weighs a good pound more than the KelTec.
So it's still heavier either way. Bulky. Let me see them side by side.
So open.
Wow.
And the KelTec does have minor, little bit of adjustment on the stock back here. Not a lot.
Can you adjust the Smith?
The Smith & Wesson does not.
No adjusting on the stock.
So let's fold them.
That KelTec is so slim compared to that Smith & Wesson.
So let's fold them in half and see what they look like. Oh, let me do this. Your charging handle on this one also is what locks it in place.
It's just a big, ugly knuckle.
So now let's fold the KelTec. Again, into the trigger guard. Now, side by side. That's a lot better view on how much taller the Smith & Wesson is.
Obviously, I think they're trying to compete with the KelTec Sub2000, but I personally think they missed the mark. I mean, it may be a good rifle, but it's bigger, it's heavier. I wish it took the Glock mags, but I know they're not gonna do that because they're Smith & Wesson. Just bigger, heavier, and bulkier, and it costs more.
And you still had to put your sights on there?
And you have to get your own sights. Now, I know a lot of people are probably gonna put a red dot on there, but still, it can come with some kind of sights on it, like the KelTec does, for several $100s cheaper, but I don't know.
It did also come with this beautiful bag, so that will strap in. So the Smith & Wesson came with the bag and a bunch of pouches. This is a decent little bag in your magazines and all the other doodads that you put in.
You haven't shot the Smith yet. This one, the KelTec, we know there's a lot of rounds through there and we know it's flawless. The Smith & Wesson may be flawless too. We don't know yet, but
it does have the Smith & Wesson name behind it.
Heavier, bulkier, funnier, and cost more.
Funnier.
So I don't know. It may be a good rifle, but I don't know if it's worth the extra money over the KelTec. If you're a Smith & Wesson fan, then it may be great. That thing is that knuckle just trips me out. It's bulky, man. It's weird. It's just, look how bulky that is. That's just weird. That's the charging handle. That big wing is your charging handle. Where's the charging handle on the KelTec?
So this is your charging handle on the Smith & Wesson is plastic, and your charging handle on the KelTec is metal. So sweet. Polymer versus metal.
But the rail on both of them are polymer, right?
Yes.
They're polymer guns. So polymer.
Shooting that, actually. It costs a little bit more. I did enjoy shooting that. Yeah. Let's go for the KelTec. This one is a little bit snappier. All right. Take that mag out. Listen, I have a story to tell you. What is your number one phobia? Mine is getting locked in the bathroom stall. But being out here now, we have a porta potty, and every time I come out here, I always have to stop at the bathroom before we get started. So now my number one fear is having my phone in my back pocket and forgetting, and then it ends up in the bottom of the porta potty. It's disgusting. So do a full body check. The Smith & Wesson, we're shooting 9mm. That was a lot of fun. With the 23 round mags and the 33 round mags, you know you can go through a lot of ammo fast.
What's the highest mag capacity for that?
This is the 23.
23. What's the highest mag capacity for that?
Man, if you get a 100 round drum for that, you can 100 rounds.
You can get a 100 round drum Glock mag for the KelTec, or the 33 round mag that Heather has here.
Yeah, or the 33. Look at it sticking out the bottom.
Get a KelTec carbine and a 50 round drum, and you're ready for the hood.
Gangster style. See? That's a lot of ammo really fast, but it's a lot of fun to shoot. Have this one all ready to go, and I'm gonna be really honest with you. I do like that the KelTec is slimmer, but I do enjoy shooting the Smith & Wesson better. Don't tell anybody. Ooh, I can smell the gunpowder. Woo. Oh man, out of ammo already. Just when I was getting into it. Let me load the magazines back up, and because I have to shoot it one more time.
So, real quick, so you like the Smith & Wesson is more comfortable to shoot?
To shoot.
That's because it's bulkier and heavier.
That's right.
But if you're buying a folding carbine,
I would definitely buy the KelTec and put it in my backpack. It fits a lot better.
The purpose of buying a folding carbine is for a compact size.
Yep.
So, as far as the compact size, who wins?
The KelTec for sure. I mean,
KelTec.
I would grab the KelTec in a heartbeat and take out with me. For sure, have it in my backpack. When I go on a trip, go hiking, camping, definitely the KelTec would be, fits a lot better.
But that Smith & Wesson shot nice.
It did. I can't even say that I didn't like it.
Both good rifles. One is bigger and bulkier than the other, which I think kind of gets rid of the reason for wanting a folding carbine in the first place.
But listen, if you are a M&P person, Smith & Wesson M&P, then your magazines will be interchangeable.
True, your pistol mags will. That is a bonus. But everybody knows everybody carries Glock, so.
I know it's Glock or nothing, or Smith & Wesson or nothing. So that means if you're Ford until you die or Chevy till you die. Am I right? I know.
But look at the charging handle though. It's like a B-52 bomber. It's a big thing with the wings.
But you can carry your ammo with you.
If you want a Glock mag compatible and slim and lightweight, get the KelTec. If you're a Smith & Wesson guy, you have Smith & Wesson M&P pistols, then get the Smith & Wesson carbine that is actually big and bulky, but good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was an impulse buy, but I don't regret it. Now, maybe my other impulse buy I might regret. Well, that's a whole nother show.
Let me give you another view.
All right.
Slim, dependable, uses Glock mags, has ran fine so far. It's big knob, big giant knob, and it looks like that. That is just too weird for me. It's a big knuckle to fold it. That's insane, but big knuckle.
So this is another episode, does size matter? Are you a bulky person or a slim frame? You like them heavier and wider or smaller and thinner? You know?
Well, if you like the girth, you go with the Smith & Wesson.
Girth, 100% it's girth.
It's all about the girth.
Obviously, you know which one I like. Oh, look at it, it's smoking. I like it when it does that. Well, stinks when you only put 5 rounds in a 23 round mag. Let's finish it up with the Glock mag and the KelTec. With the metal, with the metal charging handle.
Sub2000, the OG. God, look how slim that thing looks.
And we're done. So, what do you think? KelTec Sub2000 or the Smith & Wesson M&P FPC folding pistol carbine? I don't know, it's a toss-up, depends on what I'm gonna be doing. I wanted not to like the Smith & Wesson, but kinda like it. And with that, 5 more rounds left in my ammo box. Can't go home with just 5 rounds. So, I love you guys. I'll see you next time.